judge in terms of where you are right now and understand that we've got to continue to build the workload necessary for us to be prepared to play in the conditions that we're going to be hit with, okay? So we have worked too hard to get to this point. Everybody's sacrificed. Everybody's put in the time and effort. Coaches, staff, everybody that's been here. So now it's about being smart.
Welcome back to the DaBoot Tragedies. Today we'll be talking about the players who's departing from LSU between the NFL draft and entering their name into the portal. The portal. Man, we've been blindsided. We've known things was coming. We knew it would take some hits some places, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it all, starting with the NFL draft. We lost 7 players to the NFL draft, which includes senior defensive back Jay Ward, who was the first person declared for the team. We knew Ward would have been leaving. He had a great year. He's going to get drafted maybe on day 2, being at his size. I think he's going to test pretty good. Next up, we got junior defensive end B.J. Ojulari, someone we expected to leave early, but we had hopes that he would return to help the defensive side. And we also knew that he could improve his draft stock by staying one more year with us. He needed to learn to play the run a little bit better. He could have improved his draft stock, as they have some great defensive linemen in the draft this year, including Anderson and Carter from Georgia. But he is a great player who will get a shot. He may leave on day 1, but I for surely see him leaving day 2. Next up, we got senior wide receiver J. Ray Jenkins, Mr. Reliable, we call him, because when we needed him, he came through for us. J. Ray is a player who stayed and waited his turn. He trusted in himself and he trusted in the program. He has the respect of every single Tigers fan. We wish him the total best, and he definitely will get drafted, and we're rooting for him from day 1. Next up is junior defensive back Mekhi Gardner. Gardner is a player who transferred from ULL, and coming into LSU, he had a good draft grade. He had a great year at UL before he transferred over to LSU. He's another one who we felt like could have come back for one more year to improve his stock a little bit better, but coming to LSU, playing against bigger and better competition, that helped improve his draft stock just right there, and he also had a good year. His draft grade should be good, and this is another guy who should be gone on day 2. Next to declare was junior defensive tackle Jacqueline Roy, who is a player we thought was 50-50 with staying and leaving. I've heard a few things about Roy, about being a lazy player and don't like to put in extra work. He had a good year for us. We was very thin on the D-tackle rotation, and to be thin and have a year like he had was pretty good, so I could understand him leaving for that reason as well. He could have improved his draft stock a little bit more if he'd have stayed an extra year, but we wish Jacqueline the best and good luck. Next to enter was junior wide receiver Kayshon Boutte. This one came out of nowhere, surrounding a bunch of rumors. Boutte announced that he was returning for his senior season to win a championship with the squad. I was excited. All the Tiger fans excited, because him coming back was strengthened numbers for our wide receiver room, which is already strong. We was looking forward to having him back, as he was a leader this year for the team. Kelly then announced that he was enrolled for the spring, but will be suspended for the bowl game. Then a few hours later, Boutte decided to declare for the draft. I don't know how true the rumors is or what it is, but that ship has sailed. We're going to go ahead and stop talking about that part. We wish Kayshon the best. Thank you for everything you did for the Tigers, and keep on that wide receiver you. Last to enter the draft was junior offensive lineman Anthony Bradford. This one came out of a blindside, because no one really expected Bradford to declare, because his year was not that great. But I think it was a business decision, because he felt someone would have been taking his position. So why not leave while you had games under your belt? And that is it for the NFL draft and players leaving. We wish them all the best, good luck, and represent NFL LSU. Now it's time to talk about the portal. You can hate it, you can love it. It could be a blessing, and it could poison you. We had one of the best transfers ever with Joe Burrow. But then we was finally blindsided a few days ago when freshman linebacker Demorial Tolan entered the portal. We did not see this coming at all. And a day ago was the biggest sting of them all. Redshirt freshman quarterback Walker Howard entered his name into the portal out of nowhere. I was just shocked. Many fans were shocked about these decisions. Many fans were shocked with Tolan because he had a good year as a freshman. And from we thought he had a bright future with the Tigers on how he performed and had playing time early. Was told he missed a curfew as well. And he did not like how the team and the coaching staff went about it and addressed him about it. So I heard he got in his feelings. This could be a reason. But in my opinion, like I said, I think he's testing the NIL. I think he was testing the NIL waters, or he didn't want to live in Perk's shadow. But as soon as he hit the portal, in less than 48 hours, he was on Auburn's campus. That sounded a little fishy to me. Then, a few days later, he ended up committing to the War Eagle. We wish him the best, but now he is Tiger bait. Walker Howard, man, Walker. Oh, man, this one hurt. I am really speechless with this decision. I'm very heartbroken. I'm scratching my head as I speak. He was highly favored by so many Tiger fans and was promised to the position when he was ready. Now he is leaving the program to find home somewhere else. This hurts because his dad was a great Tiger quarterback. He is from Louisiana. We just loved him. But as we said in the last video, his dad did not want him to sit much longer on the bench. And with Jaden returning and us getting playing time in the bowl game, I think this will help sway Walker away from the Tigers and wanted to enter his name into the portal to see what he could get, see what offers he could get. As of today, he is officially in the portal. Let's hope this is a bluff call and he withdraws his name and returns back to the Tigers for the spring. He is the only quarterback to enter the portal for the Tigers. On early signing day, we signed Ricky Collins, who is a promised quarterback prospect out of Louisiana, which add talent back to the QB room with Walker Howard's departure. Currently, we just have 16 players in the portal, which is not too bad with all the people that's just upping and leaving programs. 14 of those 16 were on the 22 roster, and 3 of those players getting at least one start over their career with the Tigers. Bish and Wire were the only real stars that had little impact on the Tigers. We lost a total of 2 tight ends, but was able to sign 3 during the recruiting cycle. I'll say we won that trade. We was able to flip Pimpton, who was going to be a very special player for the Tigers. As I don't know if y'all seen this jump ball he won in the All-American game. He's going to be a very, very special player for us, and I look forward to watching him. We lost 3 offensive linemen to the portal in total: Cam Wire, Marcus Dumerville, and Xavier Hill. We didn't get any player from the portal on the O-line as we tried for Renfro, the best center in the portal from Cincinnati, but he went ahead and followed his head coach to Wisconsin. We beefed up on early signing day, though, by adding 4 offensive linemen, including top 20 players. Zalance Hurd. Hurd is going to be a monster. He was killing players at the All-American Bowl, and he's just next up. He told Kelly, I'm coming to play left tackle. I don't care if my boy Will Campbell is there. I'm coming to start at that position. So y'all better be ready for me to step onto campus. Who is likely going to be a starter from day one for the Tigers. I say we won that with our additions than our losses. Last on the offensive side, from the portal, we added receiver Aaron Anderson from Alabama. Aaron is an elite player from New Orleans, Louisiana, a player we should have never let leave the state. He didn't get any playing time at the Crimson Tide, but he's going to play for our Tigers. He was injured. He's going to be 100%. And once he steps on campus, he's going to be ready to go for this offense. On the defensive side is where we lost most of our players to the portal. But this is where Big Kelly dropped his and went get some players that he needed and wanted and is going to help this program succeed. Tolan was our biggest loss on this side of the ball, which included 6 players on the front 7 and 4 defensive back. Our defensive back room ended the offseason thin already with players leaving for the draft as well. But we were able to get elite defensive backs in return through the portal and early signing day with big name Denver Harris leading the way. He was the biggest splash we made in the portal. The 5-star came from Texas A&M. As we stated in the last video about Denver, he was supposed to come to LSU, but A&M dropped the bag early on him and took him. But he came home where he belongs. We also added Louisiana-born Zy Alexander from Southeastern Louisiana, who was a 2-time All-American there as well. Then we went and get 2 more corners with J.K. Johnson from Ohio State, who has ties with cornerback coach Steeples, and elite corner Deuce Chestnut from Syracuse, who made an amazing play that I seen on one of his films. He's going to be great for the Tigers. With that, I would say we took a major win at the defensive back position with our new additions than who we lost to the drafting portal. Then we added 5 more players from the portal on the D-line, where we needed to beef up in the trenches. The trenches is where you win and lose games. We didn't have a rotation during the year, but we went ahead, beefed up. We added sophomore edge Braden Swinson from Oregon, who was a former 3-star. Sophomore defensive lineman Paris Shan from Arizona, who was a former 4-star. Sophomore defensive lineman Jalen Lee, a former player from Florida, a 3-star to Louisiana. Junior defensive lineman Jordan Jefferson from West Virginia, a former 4-star. And no, not the former LSU quarterback Jordan Jefferson, older brother of Justin Jets. And no, these guys are not related. And our last addition on the D-line is senior edge Ovi Ogofu. I'm sorry for pronouncing this wrong. I should have pronounced it before. He came from Texas, a former 3-star who played for Kelly at Notre Dame. And we also added 3 on the defensive line on early signing day, including 5-star Deshaun Womack, who will be playing as a true freshman. In all, I would say we came out with better players that we added than the players we lost. Walker Howard was the biggest loss of the 23 players we lost to the drafting portal. Walker is a 5-star QB from the backyard, man, the backyard, and we could not afford to lose him. But it happens. This is the new age in college football. Players don't want to stay and wait their turn. They want to jump ship and go find love somewhere else. We respect that, Walker. I'll support you. But now you're going to be Tiger bait. We stand at 3 scholarship quarterbacks. I do not think we will add any more QBs in this cycle, recruiting our portal. And my very early prediction, I see the Tigers going 11-1 to end the regular season and repeating as the West champions, or losing the West but making the playoffs as the next best team. Leave your predictions in the comments. Go Tigers, and always DaBoot Tragedies.